What's up, nerds? All right, so I just finished Superman and Lois episode 5 and of season 4, the final season. And I did like it. There's only one thing about it that I didn't like, and we'll talk about this. But this one focused mostly on Luther, and he finally met his daughter, Yippee Skippy, and she's British and everything. I did like this episode. I continually like this continue to like this show. Because I just think it's really, really good. I think that the writing is really good. This episode was a slower episode in terms of like there was no like action or whatnot, but it was good just in the sense like, we got to see those, those softer moments to Lex Luthor. Also, the woman that plays Elizabeth Luthor, his daughter, is the same chick from she's Gemma from Agents of Shield, which I didn't watch that show all the way, but I watched it till like season 3, and I did like Gemma a lot. And then the actress, I liked her in here and everything. I'll get into more of the episode as we go along and at the end and everything. But I am curious to see where we go here with Doomsday, because that's one of the things. There's two things. I didn't really hate any of it, but one thing that with that one that I wasn't feeling it personally, but whatever, it's fine. All right, let's break this sucker down, and then I'll meet you on the other side. All right, here we go. So in flashbacks, it shows Luther and his ex-wife, Erica, and they're getting a divorce, right? And so his efforts to like convince Elizabeth to stay with him succeed because she's all like, I want to stay with you and everything. And then Superman ends up arresting him after he drops Elizabeth off at school, which is a low blow. And then she has to go with her mother. So I thought all these flashbacks, I thought they were fine. It showed that he was like caring, I guess. I don't know. I don't like Luther with all the hair. I like him without all the hair, but it's fine. And he like when they were getting a divorce, because the wife was she's like, you don't show your daughter love. She'll never know your love. She needs love. She's going to come back to you one day and say, why didn't you love me? And I'm like, okay, bitch, we got it. Okay, we got it. Maybe you guys should get a divorce. Because she's all like, I haven't been her for 12 years. Well, I'm hearing you now, and I can see why I didn't want to hear you for 12 years. So I did, I like the flashbacks, but the thing about these flashbacks is, and I don't know in the comic books if Lex Luthor ever had a daughter or a child. I never got the clue. I mean, he may have in like an Elseworlds, but in the main universe, I never knew if he had a child. I haven't read, comic books as of late, just because most of the time they're shit. But I don't like Luthor with a kid. I just don't like it because it like humanizes him, and I need my Luthor. I need him mean and villainous. I don't need him all like, oh, my child and everything. I want to get to know my baby and everything. I just don't like it. But in these flashbacks, it showed him, and I was like, maybe Luther isn't that bad of a father. He's like trying to make an effort with his kid, and he's dropping her off at school. I mean, the things you have to do. But it didn't seem like he was that bad of a dad. So I don't know what Erica was bitching about. So upon returning to Smallville, Luther is intercepted by Superman, who advises him to let go of his anger. Hoping that Elizabeth can dissuade Luther, Lois locates her in France, and she gets Jonathan to fly her there to have a little chatter, chit. And he leaves Jordan there with Candace to pick her up at the bus stop, and she is visiting Smallville from wherever she moved to. Okay, so first things first, Jordan has to hang out with Candace. I was all like, why are we bringing this bitch back? I don't care about Candace from the prior seasons. I mean, like, I don't know. This character just like, I'm like, I don't see why you're needed anymore, but whatever. It's fine. And Jordan has to like, he's like, I don't know how to drive and everything. I'm like, what? You don't have to drive yet? Are you like a senior? What's going on here? So there was that whole situation with them. And then it's because Lois gets Jonathan to fly her all the way to France, which I'm all like, ooh, fun. Although it wasn't France. It was like somebody's like backyard or some bullshit. But it was fine. It was fine. And we're like, merci beaucoup and shit with the croissant. So Luther comes back because Superman is alive, right? He finds out Superman's alive. So he's like, gotta go back to Smallville because I gotta kill these bitches. And Lois goes to France, right? So she sits down with Elizabeth and she's all like, you got to help me out, dude. Your dad's a psycho and he's trying to kill my family and mommy needs your help. Okay. And she's pregnant, by the way. Elizabeth's pregnant. She's pregalicious. And at first, she's just like not interested, Though Elizabeth is initially reluctant to go back to Smallville, she decides to meet Luther in the diner. And it is revealed that she is 6 months pregnant. So like I said before, she wasn't feeling going back to going to meet up with Luther. And she goes back to Smallville and she's chatter chit with Luther. And she's sitting there talking to him and just, all this stuff and everything. It was nice and everything. And she talks about like having a baby and she talks about her husband and how he's the youngest of 5 and they're all girls except for him. And she's having a boy and like, he painted the baby room blue and everything. And all that stuff, I was like, oh, the memories and everything, because I have 2 babies. But it was just like that stuff, again, was nice. It was like a kind of humanized Luther, which I'm all like, I'm not interested in a humanized Luther. Because then it makes me think maybe Superman and Lois are the bad guys. You know what I'm saying? But I did like those moments. I liked them. They were kind of like I don't know if heartwarming is the right word, but that's what we're gonna, or right term, but that's what we're gonna use. So after speaking with Clark, Elizabeth agrees to accept Luther back into her life, provided he leaves the Kents alone. But Luther totally refuses, and Elizabeth leaves. Like she's like, I'm out if you're not gonna do this and everything. It's like break the cycle. So unwilling to expose her son to Luther's hatred, she leaves Smallville. She's like, I am out. So she tries to get Luther to like give up on this whole crusade of getting back at Lois and Superman. And I mean, which was nice, but at the same time, I'm all like, good. I don't want him to. I don't want him to give it up because I like him. I like my naughty's naughty. You know what I'm saying? But it was nice that she tried, because he's all like, they put me away in prison. She's like, I know, and everything. And he's like, they took me away from you and all this stuff. And I'm all like, yeah, get back at him, Luther. You do it, dude. Which, by the way, his wig when the flashbacks, so gross. It's like, it's not good. So I mean, good on Superman for trying to convince her, but it didn't work. So meanwhile, all this is going down. Candace sees through the twins lying to her about Jonathan's whereabouts this whole time because their lies are just nonsense. And she threatens to leave when he refuses to tell her the truth, right? So Jordan ultimately tells her off screen, and she and Jonathan reconcile. So first off, I found Candace to be annoying this episode. I hope she doesn't come back just because, like I said, she was just annoying. And I'm all like, I'm not interested in this nonsense. And I'm sorry. Okay, everybody's figuring out who Superman is, right? The black girl, I don't remember her name. Doesn't matter. She won't show up again. She's all like, I know about your dad. And I'm all like, is everybody going to know about you? All need a better poker face when your dad's dying. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody can tell that you guys are Superman's kids. But then he just tells Candace, Jordan's an idiot. I just want to say that. He's like my least favorite Kent. He's so obnoxious. He's annoying. I mean, maybe his heart should have been ripped out of his body instead of his dad's because he's just like not a fun person or a fun character. I just like don't like him. I did a rant like a couple episodes ago. He's just a little bitch in my opinion. So he just tells Candace, I'm like, yo, are you just telling everybody? Is everybody just getting a line and we got a secret to tell you? Come on, everybody, I got a secret to tell you. I'm just like, what is going on here? I tell you what. So then Clark prepares to evacuate the Kents to the fortress, right? But Lois reveals that she found the device used to summon Doomsday and convince Doomsday to remember his family from the Interverse world. And then back in Metropolis, McCoy reveals to Luther that Doomsday has disappeared. So Lois, right, she finds the little box, the little pager, and she summons Doomsday to like this bridge, right? And so he's standing there and she's like, "Do you remember me and all your other world? We were married." And she's like, "Don't make me lose my family like you lost yours." And then George Jonathan's all like, "Mom, come on, let's get out of here." And this is also something I didn't like. I don't like my Doomsday all heartwarmy and shit. That's why Bizarro is not Doomsday in the comic books, because Doomsday is just raw like hatred and anger and a beast and just like a killing machine, and that's what I want in my Doomsday. And Superman has defeated him, not just like at one point I believe he just gets him on a meteor and sends it off into space and everything, if I remember correctly. And I'm like, why don't you just do that? Like just throw him into a meteor or whatever. He gets stuck or whatnot. Like get him stuck somehow, and then just push that shit off into space. Boom, your Doomsday problem is gone in this show. Although I do like seeing Doomsday. Because I'm just like, I don't know what's going on here. Like, what's going on? And then Doomsday just gets the I'm sad look, which is fine. So then Luther, he goes back to Metropolis, right? And he's in his little box car, in the abandoned subway. And the Asian girl, McCoy, she's all like, he was called away and everything. And that's where the episode ends, right? That they see Doomsday flying away. And like I said before, I did like this episode, but the main problem that I have is the humanization of Lex Luthor. Like I said it before in this breakdown, and I'll say it again now. I just like my bad guys bad. Like I like them bad. I want them like I don't want Lex Luthor to be a nice guy. That's not what I want. I want him to hate Superman because he's an alien and shit. And I want him to want to crush him and stuff like the whole time. I don't, like I said before, I don't know if he's got a daughter in the comic books, but I don't want Luthor with children. I want Luthor as a villain. And I just think that humanizing him makes me try to kind of like they're trying to make me feel sorry for him. I don't feel sorry for Luthor. In fact, sometimes I'm on his side. Like in this instance, I'm sorry, but they put him away in jail and they were wrong. I'd be uber pissed. Like I think he should just sue Lois Lane. You should just sue her and then take her to legal court. That would ruin the fuck out of her. I mean, Superman can't do anything about that. That would be great if he did that. Like just take her to court, and he's got like, a fuck ton of money, and she can't do anything about it. But yeah. I think that in the show, I just continue to love this show. Like I said, the writing is good. The writing is really good. The acting is good. I love the guy that plays Luthor. He's doing a great job. Everybody's doing a great job. I just, I do want more action because I love the action. But I get it and everything. I just don't. Again, Candace, that whole story. Please don't bring her back, please. I've had enough. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of do miss the secondary characters because they all got downgraded to just like special guest star or some shit like that. But let's see where this goes. I'm pretty sure Elizabeth, the daughter, is not going to come back. But we'll see. We'll see. But tell me what you guys thought about this episode. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What was your favorite part? Who's your favorite character? Are you like me and you didn't like the humanization of Lex Luthor? You just want him to be that baddie that he always is? Or did you love it? Did you like that humanization of him? But tell me what you guys thought. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys on my next Superman and Lois breakdown and review. You guys have a good week. Bye.